We were about to start on a EGR clean out. If not, we might end up doing an EGR delete. Still haven't bought any of the parts, so I'm just gonna start taking it apart as we go and then making my decision from that. I'll also be doing the PCV reroute, getting rid of all the return vapors, the crankcase vapors going into the turbo, cleaning up the system a little bit. This for sure is plugged up. It's got 250,000 miles on it. It's been time for overdue. We'll go from there. All right, got some progress going on. As you can see, a whole lot of soot just built up, carbon on this intake or this EGR valve. I got it covered up over here, just trying to prevent any other debris, foreign debris going into the Y bridge and into this EGR valve. I'm gonna have to find a way to get in there, probably get the vacuum out, clean up all this area. But I got it out. It wasn't much, but 5 screws, 6, little guide screw. Fairly easy. I sprayed it down, WD-40, and I didn't even have to take this out the way, just moved it from side to side. I'm gonna have to find a way to either cut it off and then tee it to go out somewhere, or I'll just get a PCV reroute kit. But I'll probably end up going to like Home Depot and just getting a fit or a tee, split that both ways, just so I don't have to wait for anything. Turbo looks fairly clean. It don't got no play in it. Would be nice to replace it or rebuild it, but for the time being, we're just gonna leave it as is. Clean up this EGR. Would like to delete it. I'll see how we go. I know them bolts back there are gonna fight me on the down pipe. On the up pipes, it's gonna suck. I would like to get that restrictive down pipe out of there, going to the exhaust. Probably straight piping the exhaust. We'll see where we go. But that was that. I was able to clean it off fairly well. I mean, it still got some residual at the bottom, and it was super hard to clean out. I'm pretty sure if I just had like PB Blast or brake cleaner, something like that, would have been a lot easier. But I had the surfaces real clean, and I ended up putting my finger down here in this ridge, and I got out a whole bunch of gunk, worked that out, and it dirtied up the surfaces again. I had pulled diesel out of the truck, and that was pretty much the only way I could clean it out. I had a toothbrush, but then the diesel disintegrated it. I had to get all that stuff out. You see, it's just all over it, but it cleaned it out for the most part. That didn't work. Like, as soon as I put it in, it got covered in that coke. But I'm gonna put it in, call it a day. Hopefully nothing goes into the engine. If it does, I'll just replace it. And this is all that came out of there. Well, really, that was in the valve inlets, most of it. Some of it was right here on this open surface, but all of it was just coked up right here in these valve inlets. I'm gonna check out the inlet on the truck itself and probably vac anything out that's in there. I was on a roll and I completely forgot to record anything else, but I vacked out the Y bridge and the valve going to the EGR. Not much came out. The Y bridge was a little dirty. I used a couple hand towels and cleaned that up. I ended up doing the PCV reroute. I went to Home Depot. I wasn't about to go and wait for a reroute kit to pop up. I used this same bolt, got some clamps, and just zip tied it. You could go through the back. I didn't feel like doing it just because it'd be too close to the turbo. I didn't want to melt anything, like zip ties or anything. So I got the same OEM piece. I just cockeyed the T a little bit, and you're supposed to get a 5 and an 8 of an inch hose, but I got a 3/4 inch and I just squeezed it in there, made it fit. Put 2 clamps there and zip tied it so just to hold it in a little bit better. I got some grease just to try to push it in as far as I could. Got it in about that much, so hopefully that holds. But if it doesn't, I'll go and get a 5/8 hose and route it. I still gotta route it down there somewhere. I got it zip tied right here to this clamp too, just to hold it in place. Don't move much. Keep some strain out of here. I pushed it back as much as I could so it don't flop out. It might, we'll see. I ended up getting a little cap. That's a 3/4 inch PVC pipe. I got some flex hose and then two clamps on the, well, this is a LBZ mouthpiece. That's why it looks a little different. But I put it on that PCV inlet. I took out the resonator. I figured it's done its life. I didn't want to put it back on. It was just there for decoration anyways. So I got a 2-inch test plug, also from Home Depot. Clamp that. What else? Oh, put that back in place. I really should have tested it out, see if it'll leak, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. Run the truck, find if I had any leaks. I bled the bleeder valve on the fuel prime because I got some fuel from that little bleeder, water bleeder down there, so I could clean out the EGR valve. Aside from that, everything looks back in place. Just going over, making sure I didn't forget anything. We'll test it out right now. Just gave her a little test drive. Everything's pretty much sound. Ended up routing that PCV reroute down under, tied it down, and routed it right up under the frame rail. If you can see it, there it is. Just over so it don't just hang out. Oh. But I did hear a little bit more turbo sound, I will admit, now that the resonator ain't there. I took the oil cap off. I used to have a lot more pressure come out while the PCV was still routed to the turbo, and now that I have it going out to atmosphere, I have faint vapor coming out, and I got this puppy hot, whatever the middle on the tranny and the engine temperature is. But yeah, she wasn't really throwing any vapor out, at least not as much as it used to. Looks like all my clamps are holding up. I got down on them pretty good. Torqued them down hand taut. Just about everything. Let's see if we're leaking anything down here. She looks solid. Can't really tell from here, but looks okay. I'll keep my eye on it just to make sure it don't leak anymore. But that's pretty much it. Cleaned out the EGR valve. Cleaned out that. Let's let her ride.